Hey YouTube, it's 2T, we're back. Tales of the Booter. I'm feeling a million times better. Those that may have seen the Soft Utaku unboxing, yeah, I've been bad all week. I've been good all week in that respect. Yeah, it's baking on. The football's on. It's the last holiday of Easter, so thought I deserve it. Going to be good then after this, up until Blackpool. Oh. So I mentioned Blackpool in the video. I'm not going to talk about it too much. Probably touch upon it again in a week or two's time. This is Tales from the Booter. This is what we've got. It was a pretty good day. Some interesting little bits, some nice finds. My usual one was rained off again, so James Busabi very kindly took us over to a different one. It was alright. It's one that I'd sort of go to if my usual one isn't on, essentially. And I've got some alright nice little bits actually. Started off really slow burner. Missed out on, well, if you'd asked me this morning, I would say, oh, really missed out, really got the ball. But coming back, having a look through what I've got and what the guy had sort of inadvertently left, so to speak, I think I probably did better getting what I did than if it'd been the other way around and I'd got what he'd got and he'd got this stuff. That makes sense. It will eventually. I have got just a couple of little pickups from within the week. A couple of eBay things, bit of an update to the Master System collection. Yes, I know it is complete. It is a full PAL set. I was missing a few manuals, so I'm not going to get the games down that are complete. I'll just show you the incomplete ones. These are obviously on you know, no longer needed essentially. So Alex Kidd Lost Stars. This is these are all missing the manuals, obviously. We've upgraded Cosmic Space Head. Oh, so Alex Kidd Lost Stars won that on a bid. 13 quid, I think, £15 all in post, which is a pretty good price actually. Still missing them, just missing the manual for High Tech World. Cosmic Space Head can be a bloody tricky bugger. I know Jay Cybersnake got this from Sore Thumbs, I think, at Revival. £17 best offer. So I think it's like 20 quid best offer, 17 quid, boom, there you go. And then the big hitter, the guy had this listed really weird. He had it listed as Sega Master System games, but then within the body of the text it described the game. But when you search for this game, it didn't come within the top tier. It come up with like other related items. And he had it on a bid. It started at 130 quid, so that gives you a rough idea of the sort of calibre of this game.
You think the commander will do it?
Of course. Again, within the body of the text, they're open to buy it now offers. So I messaged him and said, look, would you do 100 quid cash, you know, PayPal it over? And we've to and phone and settled on 110 quid, which is a bloody good price at any day of the week. So I've upgraded mine. This is obviously manual-less, and it is a Championship Hockey. So again, you know, using the funds which had kind of reserved for Blackpool to do this, I'm hoping obviously when I sell this one, it brings that money back in, if that makes sense. So it's not like I've spent it. I've just kind of I've got it invested elsewhere. Just so I can claw it back before Blackpool. That's all. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, a couple of little, like I say, addendums there. Nothing that's going to change anything vastly, but I just was in the mood to be doing that. Same with the Cube. I am now missing only 4 manuals. I must better remember these. Four bloody manuals. You would think I remember these, wouldn't you? Ratatouille, which is French only, so that's going to have to be an eBay purchase, and just try and move my manualist copy on. Frogger Beyond, I don't ever expect to see that, I tell you. That is fucking like rocking all shit. NFL Street 2. Not a very expensive game. Every fucking single time on CEX, they keep refunding me. We can't find it, so it sells out. I don't know why. I've got it, obviously, just missing the manual, and then the other one, which is a possibility to get, and I should remember it, and I can't. Oh no, it is a tricky bugger. SX Superstar motocross game. That's a tough one. That's in. I think I mentioned that in another video I did. Another boot video from last week, I think. So I'm only missing 4 manuals now. That's it. And probably the 2-in-1 German game. Actually, I haven't looked for that for a while. So that's pretty much where we're at with that. One nice little grab that I got from a charity shop. It's a PS1 box, but it's not a PS1. It is a silver slim PS2. You see it on Leaf. It's in quite good nick, actually. It's got all the hookups, power. Obviously, because the power is the most important thing for these ones. But yeah, in really nice, clean condition. A few scratches on the top, but nothing. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. So that was all right for a £5. And that's really about it. Like I said, because I've been so bad. It's just like, and I was off on holidays while I was on leave. It was Easter, and I was just like, I've got to get out of the house because I can't stay in for too long. I get cabin fever. So yeah, struggled on with that. That's it. Now on to the booter. Now we're booting. Now we're booting. Now we're talking business here. Now business end. So it's fucking freezing this morning. Absolutely freezing. Excuse me. Slow burner, like I mentioned before. I've got some alright bits, some nice additions. Is there some additions? No. Yeah, 1, 2-ish kind of thing. You see what I mean? But some stuff is just too good to turn down. I mentioned in the last video, I'm not daft enough to leave stuff there. We're all lizards, if you know, and for me, and for a lot of people, I have a pot of money, and I've mentioned this 1,000,001 times. However I can generate or regenerate that into more money or not, it's up to me. You know, if I, you know, for example, if my pot of money is 100 quid, if all I've got is 100 quid and I go out and buy one game, that's it. If I've got 100 quid and I go to the car boot and I spend 100 quid on stuff, but then I sell that stuff for 200 quid, then I've got 200 quid to play with. You know, basic economics, isn't it? You know, I'm no economic expert, but even I can see the logic in that. Yeah, there's a bit more legwork involved in it, a bit more ball ache, this, that and the other, but if you like it and you enjoy it, I don't know. And like I say, for me it's just a hobby. It's just a hobby, it's just a side thing.
Sounds like we have 0 chance of asset return.
It's not everyone's bag, I know. The wife would not do it, she despises it with a passion. But I like it. And them that boots, them that are booters, we're a weird. I mean, I know Rich has mentioned this. We are a strange breed. It really is. You either are or you're not. I don't think there's any in between. So anyway, excuse me. I probably will be coughing a little bit throughout this. So apologies in advance. Right, slow burner. First thing I picked up in a box of PC games. Looking for them, and I noticed like a certain word. I was like, oh, pulled it out, looked at it. I thought, I remember this from Jesus Christ. It is, yeah, it's the 4th issue of this magazine, and they all used to come with these back in the day. And it is the Retro Gamer Retro Collection, but it's for the Commodore 64. So I believe it's got 25 retro remakes and 65 minutes of Commodore 64 music. Bit of a theme running through this video. Atari and Commodore, by the way. It's a nice disc actually, because I just thought it'd be a plain disc, but it's quite nice. I don't. So Retro Gamer was a one, obviously Retro Gamer magazine. It was, but it kind of changed at a certain point. I can't remember if that's about issue 10 or something. I think I've got a couple of the earlier issues. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely missing. If I did, it was probably once they stopped giving away these kind of discs, because there were a few of them that were given out. So yeah, that's 20p, I think, something like that. Something daft. So this booter, there's all us lizards all running around. Seen a fallow lizard, fallow tuber, little Lee, retrofusion. He was like nosing about. So I sort of started trying to unzip his bag at the back and he's like, oh, who's it? Alright, oh, bloody hell, shoot tootie. So yeah, nice to meet you, Lee. At that point, I picked up and literally that game and this thing here, and I'll show you, and that was it, Lee. Because I sort of said, he said, how are you getting on? I said, no, not very good. James, mate, he'd scored, he'd probably got the find of the day. Don't think he'd probably mind me saying, Wii U Pro Controller, 10 quid. And he's told me earlier it works, it's working perfectly, so absolute fucking steal. We were at this table, and the guy, he had, like, because I looked at it because it had some Wii U, it had a Wii U wireless sensor bar and something else. But this other guy was in front of me and picked up the Pro Controller. I couldn't see it because I was at the other side. James could see it from the other end, so the guy was in between us. And he asked this obviously guy asked the seller how much is the item. He said £10, and he put it down, and I couldn't see what he put down, and James just went, well, I'll have that. And it's not until he picked up and turned it over and it was a Wii U Pro Controller, and I was like, oh, fair play, man. I mean, I've got a third party one which is good enough for me, but yeah, I would have left it there for a tenner. So great grab from James. We got chatting to the guy, and then he said, oh, I've got some more stuff here. He'd obviously kept some of the better stuff out behind, sorry, and put it out. And it was like 3DS titles, PS4 and Xbox One. You see down at the car boot now, but they're there. The 3DS titles, I think, is about 15 quid a pop. You know, the newest Zelda ones and stuff. I mean, he had the Triforce Heroes, which I'd already got, and he had the Hyrule one, which I've got the Wii U version, so I didn't bother. I think they're a bit rich for James's blood, but yeah, stuff's there. It's madness. So what I'd managed to grab prior just to that for £2, it was a bit of a feeding frenzy, as there always is at this booter. A lot of 360 stuff. I mean, one of the guys I sort of thought I recognised, and then later on I realised, yeah, it was him. An armful of games, he was going through them all, which subsequently he then took to his stall to sell on. But James was sort of saying, oh, what's the Wii titles? And I couldn't see what he had in his hand, I had no chance. But there was a box that was behind a table, and as I leant over to look at the box, I heard some guy say, oh, how much is the controller? And I just fucking grabbed it. I thought, fuck that, I'm fucking having it. And then he didn't ask, you think that's about something else? And I said, how much is the controller? He said, £2. For £2, I got me a 360 wireless controller. Pins are nice. It's got the label on, hasn't been opened, hasn't been pissed about. £2, fucking absolute no-brainer. I think, is it something like 21 quid trading at CEX? So more fodder, more PS2, more Wii U. Not really GameCube because I don't need any more GameCube titles. Not really. I don't need any. Well, other than if you have Mario Party 7 big box. But yeah, so that's, you know, that's what I'm talking about. If anyone thinks that buying that for £2 and me taking CEX to trade it in, then subsequently buy other games, whatever that I do want, is a bad thing, fucking switch off now, man. Honestly, you're on another fucking planet. And if you think I'm going to leave it there for him to take to his stall to sell for 15, 20 quid cash, nah, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Right. So there, that was about it. Like I say, bumped into to Little Lee, and it was a bit dry after that. It was kind of like, I think because it's so cold as well, it took a while for it to warm up, you know, B for the booter to sort of get going, gain any sort of momentum. And then what did I get next then? That was all afterwards. I'll leave them. I bought this. There's a box that's not really game related, but it is some cool shit, man. If you like vintage sort of toys, and I know Pete. I don't know if Pete's Nestastic watches these videos anymore. I know there's a few people that might be interested in what's in there. There's a few people that probably won't. If you don't, then that's fine. Excuse me. But what I did get to coincide with with said beverage. Pick up of the day, bar none. Even better than the sealed Secret of Mana that I picked up. No, I'm joking. For £1, I've got me metallic Budweiser sign. Fucking awesome. No one else is that excited about it. I think that is the dog's nuts, that is. Needs a bit of wipe over, a bit of a clean, but that's fucking brilliant. Like metal sign. Like I was speaking to the woman, and I sort of said, I feel like the guys in American Pickers, they're always picking like petroleum signs and stuff like that. And then you got guys who watch American Pickers. Yeah, so I felt like, how much for the sign? Oh, and he sort of says, you know, if the corner's a bit added, it's a bit rocked in one corner. Was it double-sided? No. Was it ceramic and stuff like that? But no, it's just a Budweiser sign for £1. I thought, I'm having that fucker. That's absolutely fitting. So I was carrying that around for a while. To the UK, sponsored by Budweiser. Choice for a new generation. I have no idea where that came from. Right, we'll pour this one and then we'll crack on. I know what we'll do next. We'll do right, so there's a chap who had what did James see? He's seen some loose DS titles. And he's thumbing through them. Said, how much are the games? I'm sure he said £1 each. So I sort of said to James, "Do you have any?" He went, "No, not really." I think he picked one that he wanted. I said to the guy, "Would you do 3 for £2?" He said, "Yeah, fine." So I grabbed my 2 and James got his 1. I think I paid, yeah, I took £1 off James and gave him 50p back. And then this DS, white DS, and he said, how much is that? I said £4. And to be fair, it's clean enough. It just needs a bit of a wipe over. It's not too bad at all. Just a bit grubby. It's got the number I mentioned before. I don't know, you probably haven't seen the last video, so I don't know what I'm talking to. You may. I'll see what order I put them in. But yeah, CX don't take them about that number. For £4, I've got a charger. I'm pretty sure I've got 1 or 2 spare DS chargers. Again, that's £18 trading, so it's no work for me at all. The 2 titles I managed to grab are 2 Mario Kart DS's. Alright, but James, being James, is a bit. He knows his Game Boys and his DS and stuff. One of these is fake, basically. So what I'm going to do is look competition. Which one's the fake one? Does anybody know? I'll turn it around so they're both on the same side as well, because it makes it fair. To be honest, unless I had them both side by side, I'd probably be hard pushed to tell. But anyway, for £1 each, and if they work, fair. What are we going to do? Oh, 50p, Cardboard Wii Sports. There's a bit of an, well, I wasn't there. James told me an interesting, quite a bad story actually. Yeah, that'd be fine. This is off a stall that a young girl, I can't remember, he'd gone off somewhere, or I'd gone off somewhere, and I'd seen this young girl anyway, so I said, "Oh, have you got any games?" And she said, yeah. She pulled out like a big stack of Wii titles. And he said that like there's some like fucking numbskull come over. Yeah. How much your game? How much Wii titles? She said £5 each. And he apparently ripped into her, calling all sorts, whatever. And James sort of said, "Look, back off," kind of thing. You know, stuff like this, that, and the other. Which I thought, fair play to you, man. You know, no need for that. Some people are a bit daft. Some people are not really that clued up, and they just chuck prices out there. But there's no need to sort of break them to the face. Yeah, you want to walk away and say, "Fucking hell, I'm completely clueless," this, that, and the other. But I mean, to sort of lambast someone, think so publicly, is probably not. And he said she was only young as well, and she was when I went back and I bought that. She's probably only about 17. That was 50p. I think she was a bit shaken after that. It's not a nice thing to do. But yeah, I think it's only about 2-3 quid. CX trading. Just building a bit of credit because I've got 0 at the minute. But again, there's not a great deal that I'm eyeballing.
Sounds like we have 0 chance of asset return.
I mean, 1 or 2. Oh, look at that! I've seen Dunk. Woody Weeble picked up that tennis. Wii U tennis. Mario Super Smash Tennis. I don't think that's sold very well either. So that might be one of I've got my eyeball on. We'll see. We shall see. Right. Put together for 2 quid from a reselling lizard bloke. Whatever. I think James knew him anyway. No, I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this because there's a story that links into it, etc. So I'll come back to that. Forget that. Ignore that bit. For £1. Fat PS2. Yeah, I mean, my mate will have these anyway. But the reason why I grabbed it was because there was no seal. I thought, oh, might we modded? No, it's dead as a doornail. Absolutely fucking no use. Well, it is because it'd be about 10 quid to him. So that's where that's going anyway. But for £1, yeah, whatever. A great little find this was. Right, I mean, late on. James didn't even see this, and this is usually his bag. So they must have turned up right, you know, quite late for the booter. But I see this on the top. I thought, oh, no one's had that yet in a minute. Must be something wrong with it, or I don't know. Or like I say, maybe. I think they literally had like one table, nothing on the floor, just stuff on the table, and they were just sitting in the boot. So I don't think it took them too long to set up. So I may have got there right at the right time. Thing with the boot, it's all about timing. There's no fucking anyone who tells you, oh, I'm great at the boot, I'm dead skillful. It's not. You're just jammy. You're just lucky. And it's just timing. It's like comedy. It's all about timing. This occasion, timed it all right. The occasion, well, I'll show you later on. Fucking hell, man. A minute before would have been all right. Anyway, what sort of table is? Quite grubby, to be honest, but I think it's just dirty. If I cleaned up, it probably would come up all right. There is a few scratches on it, but a nice silver cube. With bizarrely three memory cards, a power pack, no controllers at all. But you do the usual pong, and there you go, Mario Kart. I was like, yeah, right, I'm having that. How much is it? And this guy was like, I don't know, he was a bit of a lad. No, he wasn't. Was he a bit of a lad? No, he weren't a geezer. He was a nice enough bloke, but he was a typical bloke rather than a lad. Let's put it that way. So his missus was very keen to sell his stuff, and he was a typical bloke, and he was like, oh, I don't know. And then someone else said something to her, and I stood there waiting for a price, and she was like, oh, sorry about this. And I can't remember his name. It's like, fucking Steve, what do you want for it? Oh, I don't know. I said, he goes, what would you reckon? And again, his interest waned somewhere else. So I went, I don't know, a couple of quid. And she went, 3 quid. And I was like, all right, 3 quid. He went, well, I was going to say 4. She went, no, 3 quid. I think she just wanted a fucking shot of all this stuff. You know, it was that kind of, I thought it was that kind of store. She just wanted to sell everything. So for 3 quid, man, all day long. Defo. I mean, a nice OG GameCube memory card there. So off the back of that, obviously there's no controller, got the power, there's no AV. I mean, the AV's a couple of quid off eBay, aren't there? There's nothing special about the composite ones. But I say, because they were quite late, equally later. There's a house clearance guy that I usually see at the other one. So I'll have a wander over, because sometimes he has some alright bits. I sort of said to him, oh, you ain't got any old video game stuff, have you, mate? Nah, sorry. But maybe next week, he said. So I had to scour around his tubs and his bins, and I seen this poking out. And I was like, pretty sure I like that. Dug a bit deeper, found another one. So how much should I pay? He said 3 quid. I said, would you do 2? He said 2.50. Fine, sound. For £2.50 got me a PS1 analog in alright condition, just needs a bit of a clean. All the buttons are there. But what I was mainly after was this third party Cube controller. So yeah, a bit of a turbo on it. I don't know if it's by Madrix, it's just a third party. But it's all alright. I mean, like I say, so essentially less than AV lead, got me a full GameCube working for what, a fiver maybe, £6. 125, 3, 425, couple of quid for the league, 625 a Mario Kart Double Dash. Boom! Everyone's a winner. Yeah, I thought that was all right. I'd say I was the sort of doubles of the cubes I was selling at the show for 20 quid. So plenty of margin there. You know, that's it. Now I've got one eye on everything else because I just think, why not? Why not? Right, towards the end of it now. Oh, yes, towards the end of it. So, I was looking at a different stall. I think James shouted me, or he got my attention somehow. And I looked across, went to the stall that he was stood at, and I was literally like fucking a minute too late. There's a guy there with a stack of Mega Drive games, going through them with this woman. And I was like, oh, my heart just fucking sank, man. I was like, oh shit. I mean, I couldn't see what they were. I was just like, just because you missed out on them. And I seen one, and I didn't see the other couple. And then he put them into this box with something I think he's buying a train set. And she said, how much? And I think he wanted to pay £7.50. She wanted £9. I can't remember. I think they settled on about £8 or something. I was like, oh shit. He left behind Wonder Boy. In Monster World, because it didn't have the game in it. I thought, well, I'll have that for the fucking case and the manual. She wouldn't sell me it because she said, oh, I've got the game at home. I was like, oh no. And then I looked down the table and there was a load of ST games. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll have these instead. And to be fair to the guy that bought the stuff, when I got these ST games, I sort of said to him, have you got any more games? And he said to me, he goes, oh, there's some Commodore stuff in the boot. Which I'll tell you the story afterwards, which kind of makes sense in a way, because what he did with the stuff didn't really matter. So I was speaking to this lady, and she's a lovely lady. At the end of it all, other than that she sold them fucking games. And so I basically bagged some ST games that were on the table. Some C64 stuff that was in the boot that she wasn't going to sell because she didn't bring the console. Well, I managed to convince her, because then she pulled out some more ST games from the back, which I sort of said I'll just take a lot, and it ended up being like 20 quid. But the guy that bought these, so I'll show you the stuff in a minute, but the guy that bought the Mega Drive games, I bumped into him literally like 5 minutes later, because I was looking for him, because I just wanted to sort of say, look, what did you get? Because there was one game that I kind of wasn't sure if I had or not. I bumped into him and said, oh, what did you do with them? Have you still got them? He went, no, I've sold them. And I thought, what? And all he did is just flipped them to this reseller guy. And well, this is where it gets a bit confusing, because I know he paid £7.50, right? He told the guy he paid £2.50. He reckoned the guy paid him 35 quid, but when James know the guy said he only paid 30 quid. So everyone's full of shit, basically. Everyone wants to make out that they've got a deal that they've overpaid. I don't know why. You still following me? So anyway, we go to this guy's stall who was subsequently bought these games as reseller, and I looked at the pile, and it was Sir Galahad. And come on, Stu, what was it? Rings of Power. So I think it was Rings of Power that I'd seen in his hand, and I couldn't see the other EA game. And I think Roller to the Rescue, which I've got anyway. And the rest were just, yeah, you're all right. And I think I might even have Sir Galahad and Rings of Power anyway, but I wasn't sure, you know, you're not sure, you just get a bit like fucking drunk, because like, oh! But yeah, so the guy sort of said, oh, I paid 30 quid for them. I just thought, and when I looked at them, I thought, I'm pretty sure I've got both of them now, looking back. I need to check, actually. I ain't going to see them up here, that's for sure.
Sounds like we have zero chance of asset return.
Nah, I can't see it. There's not at the front. But anyway, so this guy, this is a reseller, boxes of stuff, and James knows him. So he starts sort of going through the box that he's got, emptying his stuff out. And I see 2 SNES titles, and I asked him how much is Super Nintendo games, and he said some daft, I can't remember what it was now, he was like something, oh, I haven't got any, or I can't remember what it was, something weird. I was like, I can see them there in the box. Right, no, that one there, one was Jungle Book, and one was this other one. He goes, oh, them 2. He said that this one hasn't got any, this is just an empty box. I said, oh, I'll be interested in that. And he goes, in Jungle Book, he wants 8 quid for. So I thought, okay, normally we'll pay 8 quid. So how much do you want for the empty box? He said 2 quid. I said, oh, I'll have it. So this is what was on the back. For 2 quid, I've got me Top Gear. I mean, it just needs to be like a bit of a Honda's Deloro Speciale, a bit of an iron. I think that'll get most of that bump out anyway. But yeah, it's got the tray, and it's got the Sir Man of the Well, and we have said, because I knew I had this game because I checked when Alex Nintendo Arcade was talking about Top Gear 2 and stuff. So we're now going to reunite the holy trilogy of game, box, and manual. There we go. Completing box, Top Gear. Honestly, it's not too bad. It's got that weird concavey thing, but I reckon, like, you know, a bit of a Das Speciale on that. That'd be fine. When if you had a Sentinel box, it wouldn't look too bad at all. There we go. Top Gear. Not the new shitty show that's got about, was it 56,000 dislikes, something like that.
Sounds like we have zero chance of asset return.
Right, so the lady that I sort of had a bit of a chinwag with, she said, oh, you've educated me today, you have. So she had ended up being a load of C64 and Atari ST games. And it's weird because last night I was speaking to a mate, Minx36, and I sort of said to him about the other C64 games that I picked, because I know that's his bag. He loves his C64 line. He goes, oh no, I've got all them because they're good titles. So if you get any more, let me know. I said that was last night. So Craig, if you're watching this, I've got some more non sort of Atari or Commodore related. She did have, the guy left these 2 games there, and I looked at them and I went, you know what, case donors all along it, and I said so much to the lady. 96, and it is a very nice, it's a nice clean copy. It's a nice clean copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. It is a really nice clean copy. So I said to her, I said, I'll take them for the cases. She looked at me like, what? I went, because because I collect games, so obviously some cases you get like scratches, gouges, what do we call that one? The Wee Willy Winkle. There you go, Alex. Blue Tonic, Marcus, X-File 2708, Wee Willy Winkle. It's got the Wee Willy Winkle on it. I should remember that enough times ago. But yeah, it's got the Wee Willy Winkle on it. Nice box. Yeah, I sort of said to her, so sometimes you might get a game it's completely mullered. he just needs a new case. So these are case donors, and she's like, "Oh, you've educated me." Not that she's gonna remember that anyway. But yeah, so I've got. So there was a box of C64 stuff she didn't want to sell. So what you say for the lot? She said, "Well, we'll make me an offer." I said 15 quid. And she went 20. I went, "I'm not going to argue you." So 20 quid done. So I can't remember what was in what really. We'll just do the C64 stuff first. This is a right old hodgepodge of odds and sods. Some nice, well, I think there's quite nice titles. Some that I remember, some that are not very familiar to me at all. And some bits, there's bits of games. So do the bits of games first. Some of these were just included in other boxes of whatnot. Sporting Classics, Great American Cross Country Road Race, and Barry McGuigan Boxing. Eddie, what do you remember? Barry McGuigan Boxing. Oh, I remember that. I remember that on Specky. Great game. Who was to speak to about this? Lee Redfield. Retroactive Gamer. Shit. It's all about football games. Emlyn Hughes' International Soccer. Fucking the best. The first game I remember me and my mate John playing this, and I'm pretty sure it's the first one where you could change kit colours that we knew of. I mean, this is the Commodore version, but on the Specky, absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, an empty box of Paperboy, nothing in it. This I was gutted about. All it's missing is the bloody lid. This would have been a great little find. I mean, it's still a great one anyway, as it is, but none of that than the Mighty Turrican. So yeah, it's got the back. No top. What? Oh. Beachhead 2. Nothing in it. I say bits. They're all in the box. A couple of cover games. I don't know what these are. Probably nothing exciting. Dust everywhere now. Right. Yeah, she didn't want to sell the Commodore stuff. I said, "Oh," I just sort of said, "Oh, can I have a look through it?" Because I've got a couple of mates that are interested in, you know, that collect for them. So, "Oh, you can have a look if you want." But when I sort of offered a job lot, I think she just went, "Ka-shing, money." So, Demons and Drivers. So I have gone through all these. These are all complete now. Battle Stations, Wolf, Typhoon, and Gorilla. Dave, Retro Dave. That's all you need, mate. Don't to keep pissing about that arcade machine. That one will never break on you. I think this is a great little game. I'm not sure of its value, or I don't know. But it's Castle Master featuring the Crypt Castle Master 2. I do love the box art and some of the older stuff. I know we all say this, don't we? But it I don't know, it just invokes certain memories. Oh, hang on a sec. Leviathan, which is a loose cassette. Italian 90. That was a brilliant game on the Amiga. I've already got this one actually, Adrian Mould. Talk about Baron McGuigan. This is Baron McGuigan's World Championship Boxing. In a very funky, Activision Sports one. In a very funky kind of like VHS styley. Bit of old Bazza McGuigan. Sticking with, no we won't. Moving on to the old footy. Gary Lineker, this is a good game as well. Gary Lineker, Superstar Soccer by Gremlin. That was a good game. It is a good game. Good game. Them that know. Footy Manager 2. Kick Off! The first one. Kick Off 2. I didn't even know Kick Off 2 come out on the Commodore 64, you know. Because I always played that on the Amiga. A couple of nice little mini box ones. Total Recall. It's got the manual as well. I like this down the bottom there. As you can see it says screenshots. What does it say? Screenshots taken for various computer formats in the smallest text. So when you're a little kid, you're looking at these. I think they're Amiga screenshots or ST ones. Lying little bastards. Monty Python's Flying Circus. And at least it shows you the different formats. And then probably, I don't know, for me, the pick of the bunch, because I want this on the PC Engine. It's a great little game. Is Atomic Robo Kid in absolutely great condition. This was at the bottom of the box, and I'm guessing that's probably why it's slightly less beaten. But an amazing box. Love that. So that is all the C64 stuff. I'm saying she had a slew, not really a slew. A few ST. So I can't remember which. There's a small amount on the top. I think it was these ones. And because I was so transfixed with this guy that had got these Mega Drive titles, I didn't really see these until afterwards, and I'm glad I did, because I think one of these, it's in terms of like being worth it or value or whatever, it blows them out of the water anyway, so it's kind of an irrelevance. So I'm probably going to leave that till last. I'll run through them. They've got everything in them. Nigel Mansell's World Championship, just Nigel Mansell's, you know who he is. They have all got everything. I've checked them. The Jimmy Watt's Whirlwind Snooker. I was going to show you this one because this is fucking ridiculous. This is the world's biggest instruction manual. But so you think, oh, that's because you need to know how to play snooker, don't you? You know, no, because the rules of snooker are separate. It's only a one-disc game. And we've got a nice poster. So you know, Jimmy White there. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to show. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, where's a bloody turn? Another way to turn is Combat 3 Classics. Now, weirdly, this is an Amiga game. So I don't know how that's. She must have had. I don't know what she's got or whatever other stuff somewhere. I don't know. Pacific Islands is an ST one, isn't it? Yeah. Again, very like Midwinter-esque. World Championship Boxing Manager by Chris Liss, which is not. It's not Frank Bruno. It's not Frank Bruno. Wheels of Fire. This is a great little compilation, to be honest. Outrun, 2 Outrun, Chase HQ, Hard Driving, and Power Drift. I say I've had some ST stuff before, and I mentioned it, and no one seems to buy it, but I took some of it to the retro market, and some of it sold. So I just thought for the price, fucking no-brainer. This was one of the games that came out the boot, and I didn't really realise until I got home, because I just said I was buying a lot. Great game this is. I love this on the Amiga because I like these. Yeah, like I said, I'm a kid in the 90s. The point and click, etc. By the same team that did Future Wars, Dalfine Software, Cruise for a Corpse. So it's based on like the Agatha Christie type Death on the Nile, and you have to solve a mystery. Very cool game, in very good condition actually, to be honest. Everything's in there, all the sort of copy protection bullshit. This is in great condition as well, I couldn't believe it. Mega Drive title, it's not a great game, I don't think many people like it. It is Risky Woods. I mean, amazing box. Everything in there. And I think there's only one that I've looked when I looked on eBay. There's only one in sort of the USA, I think it's like 30 quid and like 15 quid postage. Shit, I've got to tell you, the back with the Commodore stuff is a tape deck with the adapter as well. Right, there's a, what are we on? Shit. Load of loose discs for the Atari Power Pack Gauntlet 2. That's the action. Turbo Masters. That one. Pretty enough Risky Woods. Copy game there. Another thing. Face Off Ice Hockey. European Super League. TV Sports Football. They were great, the TV Sports ones. Ah, this is part of this. So I've got, there's this Football Crazy 3. No box. But here's one of the games. Kickoff 2. Oh God. Manchester United, which is part of the Chrysalis thing. Soccer Mania, which is Football Manager 2. I've got the other, you don't see that. World Cup Italia 90, which is part of that one. Double Dragon. Kelly Daglish. ST Action. Treble Championship. Someone like the football, obviously, on this, you know. First Division Manager. Tracksuit Manager. Lotus 3. Great games of Lotus. One of the Atari Power Packs. Another Atari Power Pack. Language. Quattro Sports. BMX Simulator and Pro Tennis. ST cover disc, more Atari Power Pack, Kickoff Final Whistle. I can't remember if Final Whistle was is that it? Final Whistle was what you could do overhead kicks on. International Soccer Challenge, Predator. I'll make you just set you Tyrannosaurus Rex. Triceratops. So yeah, they were all in a box. They were in the box of the Commodore 64 stuff actually. But I think the pick of the bunch on checking, I say, with hindsight now, with all that, so I missed out on Sir Galahad and Rings of Power. Road to the Rescue, and the other ones weren't much to write home about at all. So I've got all this, and I've got this game here, which I think is, I don't know, because there's none for sale. I haven't found any that have sold or any that are for sale on this format for this system. And it is the Dizzy's Excellent Adventures for the Atari ST. As you can see, it is for the Atari ST. It is missing these 5 mega posters, which is not great. But it has got all the instructions and both discs. Now, weirdly enough, it doesn't tell you there's 2 discs, because obviously, as you can see, one just sort of says Dizzy's Excellent Adventures and one says Dizzy's Adventures Disc 2. So when I was going through it, all that was in the box was just that one, and I was like, okay, well, it's complete. And it wasn't until I looked through, I can't remember which one it was now. It might have been Nigel Mansell's. The second disc was in that, and I was like, shit, does that mean there's a disc for every game? So what I did, I looked at the Amiga version of this, and that's only 2 discs. So I thought, well, to be honest, if the Amiga one's 2 discs, the ST one's probably not going to be too far off. This is probably, on the Amiga, it's about £35–40 game. I think it's probably a bit more with the posters. The fact that there are none for sale, and there have been none completed for the ST, I don't know where that puts this. I really don't. I think, is it Spellbound? Yes, Spellbound Dizzy is the... I know they make Monkey Spaz and stuff. He's into his Dizzy games, and he's always hunting that one for the Specky. As I say, with hindsight, I probably got the better end of the deal. Right, very quickly, for them that are not interested, switch off now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. This is just some vintage toys from when I was a kid, and I seen a box on the floor, and I looked at them, I thought, recognise one of them, and I just sort of said to her, I said, oh, how much are they? And she said, oh, they are da-da-da. He wants 15 quid. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, you wouldn't do 10? And she was like, go on then. And then I think the mum went, ooh, whatever his name is, Lee wanted £15. And she was, again, she's one of these women, she said, I just want it gone, I just want it gone. I said, oh, I'll take it. So for 10 quid, I've got myself a box of masks. Vehicles. Sadly, there are no characters in there, there's no figures. I don't know all the names, I don't know half of the names, so I'll just very quickly show you. Some are in better nick than others. This one's in great condition. It is a Shane Arno thing. I know like Pete's Nestastic was into these. But for them that don't know, Mask, go and have a look on YouTube. Mask, probably the best music intro ever. I think it's called Piranha, because you can fire this out and something shoots out the front there. And I've got a little one of the masks. So there's these little tiny like 5 1/4 inch figures or something. I want to sit inside these. There's this one here that's obviously struggling to lock down. I might have to have a look at it. It's like some sort of bus. I don't know how complete or incomplete these are, but yeah, like I say, for them that don't know, Mask, all the vehicles used to transform. Yeah, it's missing some out of the back there. Let's see, I can tell. Great kids, 80s kids cartoons, man, the best ever. I think this is missing something, I guess. Some look familiar, some don't. Look, there's like a little clasp there that it must attach to something. Motorbike is definitely missing something because that's meant to stay up. I say some are in better nick than others.
Sounds like we have zero chance of asset.
This is missing. What that is.
You think the commander will do it?
Of course. The bigger the risk, the more enthusiastic he is.
Shame there's no figures. It would have been nice to have some figures. Right. Again, I'm not sure how complete or incomplete some of these are. Some look fine, and there's obvious omissions. But for a tenner, I mean 10 quid. This one looks awesome. This is one I've never seen before. It's like some Formula 1. What's it got on there? Yeah, KPT 1987 I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely, it is a Mask one. I was just thinking, I wonder if it's just a proper car, but no, it is a Mask. I think so. Oh yeah, they're sitting here, look. They're sitting the side bits there. I was just thinking, where the hell does the driver go? Last three now, very quickly. Some sort of NASCAR vehicle. Again, some of these look familiar, but some I ain't got a clue about. Some hot rod. Hot rod. Again, unfortunately, no figures. And the last big boy, I can't remember if Rich was on about this. I don't think it's the same guy. I don't think it's the same one because I'm pretty sure. Oh shoot, the one that he was after. Oh, damn, I've done it now. I can't put it back together. It's called Rhino, and this isn't Rhino. There we go. That's it. So we've got another truck. Because I know there's one of the trucks which I remember, it's called Rhino, which is the main one. But this is obviously something else.
security zone wants this one.
So that's it.
One job, 2 bodies.
Bam, nearly done. Exhausted on the time. I hope you've enjoyed a bit of that. I say it was a great booter. It really was, and many thanks to James again. We'll see what next week bings. We've had too many bing bongs, ding-a-dongs. Tootie signing out. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.